This is a very, very tight race. And like I said, Bowman's primary challenger, George Latimer, made yet another bizarre comment about Jamaal Bowman, this time about his alleged advantage in the race. Now, this came during an interview with Punchbowl News, which was released on Thursday, where Latimer said, "Is Bowman going to get at least 40% of the vote? Yes. Does he have an obvious ethnic benefit? Yes. Will he get the people who are furthest to the left? Yes. But once you get beyond a couple of the constituencies that he has strength in, he's weak everywhere else." This isn't Latimer's first bigot-coded remark to swipe at Bowman. During a debate last week, Latimer claimed Bowman's constituents are in Dearborn, a remark widely interpreted to be an anti-Arab and Islamophobic nod to Dearborn, Michigan's Arab majority population. Now, Latimer's comment drew fierce backlash, with critics pointing out Latimer's history of slow-walking desegregation in Westchester County. Here's what Bowman said. "George Latimer's rhetoric is filled with dog whistles, but his results are even worse. A decades-long history of obstructing federal desegregation orders. Latimer also continues to claim the only reason people support Bowman is because he's black." During their debate on June 11th, Latimer accused Bowman of only ever talking about black constituents. "You don't mention people who are not black or brown. There's a whole district, Jamaal, that you've ignored, and the district knows you've ignored it." Latimer's comment came in response to Bowman accusing Latimer of ignoring black and brown constituents in Westchester, keenly noting, "Just because you have a few black friends doesn't make you anti-racist." Bowman's race is the most expensive race this election cycle. Like we said, the New York 16 primary is 1 week away. It's seen over 23 million in spending and reservations, making it the most expensive House primary ever.
The video will continue in just a moment, but first I have a message for you. TYT needs your help. Membership is vital to survival, so please go to tyt.com/team and become a member today.
Here's an updated look at the top spending advertisers, as AIPAC-affiliated group United Democracy Project makes up 61% of total spending. According to polling a few weeks ago, the money is working and Bowman is behind Latimer by 17 points. You can see those poll results here. You see Latimer at 48%, Bowman polling only at 31%, but 21% are undecided. There's a couple factors here. Brett, of course, Latimer's comments can change people's opinion on him and maybe sway who they vote for. And then there's the money component. Do you think one is going to be more impactful than the other? Do you think Latimer's comments will have any impact at all? How do you think this race is going to shape up?
I think this race is very interesting. I think that Latimer, I don't think his comments are really going to have any effect on anything. I think there is a giant, thrust from the Democratic apparatus to get Bowman out. This, despite a history from the Democrats in Washington to say, listen, you shouldn't primary our own people. We're going to stop. They had that famous boycott where they stopped doing business with any political organization that had any whiff of a possibility of having maybe collaborated with someone who was going to primary a sitting Democrat. They did that, and then they got mad when folks pointed out, but you're primarying people now all the time. It seems like you have a double standard and you're pretending that you don't. This is one of those things where I don't know what is going to be a priority for people when they look at Jamaal Bowman, who is just he's been on this network tons of times and is a really great guy. I just don't know if we are at a place where after you say he's got an ethnic advantage and people defending you are like, listen, he has black friends, so he can't be racist. These are dumb, stupid, idiot little league candidates in George Latimer that are getting millions and millions of dollars thrown behind them, and it's really sad.
Yeah, I mean, people have pointed out that AIPAC has no reservations with who it throws money behind, even if they were supporters of January 6th or many other anti-democratic measures. It's purely based on these people's purported support or assumed support of Israel and the government of Israel. And that's what we're seeing here, because Bowman hasn't even been one of the more outspoken ones. And over the years, he's received criticism from the progressive side for votes in support of more funding, more weapons to Israel, but that he was slightly critical and, like, again, not even that harsh on Israel in this war in Gaza. That's led to 14 million being spent against him by this outside group. Like that's just beyond the pale for me. And then you also have these racist comments, many of them, and we didn't even get into all of them, from Latimer. And then you have Hillary Clinton throwing her support behind Latimer. Like you said, Brett, none of this is really about unity. None of this is about protecting incumbents. It's about outside interests. And where's the criticism? You mentioned the blacklist that the DNC had. They would totally blacklist consultants, groups, creative firms if they worked with any of the Justice Democrats candidates. Where's the repercussions here? Because it's not really about protecting the party. It's about keeping progressives out. And if it means we're going to go back on what we said on incumbents, so be it, as long as we get a progressive out. That's just a terrible state for the party. Yet another example of the party working to kill progressive movements that will ultimately lead to cynicism and likely lower voter turnout later down the line. So this is really a really sad state of affairs all around.
Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.